Hey, folks, welcome to our weekend edition of What's Going On The Experience here on Fox Sports 1280 and iHeartMedia, and all points north, south, and east and west. And I got the crew in the building. I got my man Ryan V down in downstate in the Hamptons. What up, Rye guy?
Feeling good, man. You know I'm wearing the right hat today.
Here we
Nothing to do
go.
with any bias. It's
Here
just
we
the right
go
thing to do
again.
here in New York.
Here we go again. I got my man, aka Mr. 355 Silver Slugger, the Mets and the Knicks hater, Greg Vaughn, Darth Vader, Darth Vaughny. What up, Darth Vaughny? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, Nate. Hey, you know what? Let's get it clear. I'm not a mate. I'm not a Mets hater. I'm not a Knicks hater. I think I'm more of. It's just like the Cowboys. I don't hate the players. You hate
You
the
just
fans.
hate the
You know what I mean?
fans,
The,
man.
the, the fans are so arrogant.
Well, when we go show up at your arena in Philly and we just like out cheer your fans, when we show up in Atlanta and out cheer your fans, don't be mad at us because they can travel and they can still afford to pay gas prices that home skillet got out there. Hey, I don't know what they get for the $5-6 gas, but they dare gonna sure be there. I know that much.
Okay,
It's
I
true.
I feel you, but like I said, I don't hate the Knicks or the Mets. I just hate the fans and the. I mean, you guys, they lose one game and you think it's the end of the world.
Well, well,
Ryan doesn't get a pass over there either. He's the same
No,
way.
we're the worst
He
fans on earth. We're the worst fans on earth. New York City sports fans. There's a reason people don't want to play here because we're ungrateful. We're spoiled. We flip flop. We change our mind every other day in different directions. Greg, I fully understand. I hate. Look, I'm not saying I like myself too much. I get it.
so but Greg, it's so funny because I harken back to because like I said, that's why I love having you on the show. Because you're the athlete and you're like you have a mind of reason because like you two bums ain't never been to the plate. I don't know the hell you're talking about. You ain't never got dunked on and anything there. You never got somebody throw a touchdown on your asses. So you're talking all this
he,
yin yang and you don't know what you're talking about. So when I
Hey
defer to
Nate,
you, my brother, I get it.
hey Nate, I tell everybody, ever since I retired, I've never had a bad day from the couch. Everything is so easy from the couch, right? I've never thrown an incomplete pass. I've never dropped a ball. I've never not hit a three. I never missed a layup. I've never missed a putt. All the things.
You're
From
you're
the couch.
perfect.
Oh yeah, hey, I'm batting 1,000 from the couch, man.
But
I've
but
never
but
swung at a
it, but
ball
it's
in
just so
dirt.
funny that
I,
you remind us of that. See, you do that
I,
for us, and I appreciate
I've
that.
pulled more muscles on the couch than in a field, so I can't necessarily understand you, Greg. But yes,
yeah.
it does seem a little easier.
But so
Oh,
okay,
it's
so
definitely
but
easier.
speaking of easy, because you gave me the business. Why do I have a Cleveland Brown hat? And I gotta go back to why I got the Cleveland Brown hat on right quick. Ryan kind of knows. So Rochester had
I think I know. Was it because of Dion's comments this
no,
week?
no. It's
Okay.
because Rochester had the 24th pick in the NFL draft. Brother from our hometown, KC Concepcion, went to the Cleveland Browns, and he's from Rochester. He left there when he was 6, but I had the great fortune, as I told Ron Guy, the coach's dad, right? So it's like, so Greg, here's the deal. When I tell you I saw one of the best three sport athletes that I've ever coached in high, I mean, I coached in middle school. I was like his first coach. When he went to high school, football, basketball, baseball, and his best sport was freaking baseball. He could do it all. Don't get me wrong, but I would tell him, "Yo, dude, go play baseball because the Mets drafted him and the Braves. They wanted him in the draft. You know how that is, Greg. You've been there. Out of high school, they put you behind someplace in the farm system. Am I right? So his dad went to UB and played Buffalo and played cornerback because his dad could play quarterback and all that stuff, but his dad ended up going to UB. But now his son in this generation, he went to North Carolina State, and then he went to Texas A&M, and he got drafted 24th pick, wide receiver, Casey Concepcion. So this is my Cleveland Brown hat. I mean, when the Jets stink, I'm going to be rooting for Cleveland and KC. Y'all got to put them on. Don't be messing around, Cleveland, because you know y'all be doing some janky stuff. Am I right, Greggy? Come on, man. The Browns ain't the. Come on now, do the right thing, Browns.
I think the Browns used to do some janky stuff,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I think they used to. I think like a lot of bad organizations, you have to you have to realize and be humble enough to start at the top. And I think
Yes.
I think the Browns cleaned house now, and they're trying to get some structure. Just like hey, in my town right now, Las Vegas, the Raiders same way. We had to get some stability at the top.
Mm-hmm.
They went out and they had a good off season,
Yep.
and they went out and they had a great draft. So I don't know what the over under is, but I think with the Browns defense,
Yes.
I could pull up that sheet. I'll pull it up before because I'm a futures guy. When it comes to the bets,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm going. The Raiders are 5.5. You know what I mean? I'm going over 5.5 with the Raiders. Just
Okay.
because I think that's a low benchmark for them. Kirk Cousins gives them a little bit of stability. I'm not saying they're going to win a Super Bowl. He's only won one playoff game, right? But I do like what they did on defense. I do like the young draft picks they have, and
Right.
and I do like the choice of coach, just like I do in Cleveland. So we'll see what happens, right? Just
But one of the things I like about like that fact, in addition to him being a hometown guy and his father and everything, the kid can really catch. He's like 6'2" and something. He can really play. He can catch. Is Greg still there with us?
yeah.
All right, Ryan.
Yeah. So I know that it's just a ticking time bomb before you put that hat back on with the New York Jets.
Oh yeah.
But I got to say this: the Giants just released their schedule, and it does seem as though the NFL is taking them a little bit more seriously, which is nice, and rightfully so. Now that we have some real structure behind the scenes, so I mean, to kick it off, Giants, Cowboys, followed up by the Rams. There's a few teams in here that I look, and there is it's not really a slouch of a schedule, and there's a lot of nationally televised games. So I'm very excited for my Giants this year, Nate. Not gonna lie to you, I'm very excited. I think
Okay.
so. I gotta ask you, Nate. Oh, is Mr. There he is. Okay, great. Let me ask both of you guys this. How serious can we take Jackson Dart? We know that we have a head coach that is a quarterback coach, and we saw Jackson Dart already looking great, like he'd be a staple of the New York Giants moving forward. Can we put our eggs in this basket, or should we be, getting ready to keep our eyes on the draft going into next year? What do you guys think?
For me, dude, I'm gonna let Greg answer that.
I think Jackson Dart. I think he's a good young quarterback. I think he who he reminds me of Brett Favre. With that cowboy, gunslinger mentality. Runs tough, emotional player, right? I just think you're only going to be as good as your defense. And what they did with the first pick in the draft, as far as getting that linebacker out of Ohio State, I think they did the right thing. I think the Giants had a good draft. I think the Giants' key is just going to be like anybody else. It's very rare that you can go back there and sling that thing 45 to 50 times and think you're going to win a Super Bowl. It's not going to happen. You have to be able to run the ball, and I think they have two good running backs, Scatterboo from 916. You know what I mean? So I think they have to be able to run the ball, and their defense has to be able to step up. I mean, they lost games last year where giving up 45 and 50 points a game. You can't do that. So I think, and playing in that conference, we got the Cowboys, who their offense is a juggernaut. It's all going to come down to defense. Right now, here in Vegas, as I play odds maker. Right now, it has your New York Giants at 7.5 over under. Do you like that 7.5?
So what does that mean? Okay,
think-
so hold on for a second. If you're a lay person, because I really don't bet. So what does that mean? That means they're going to win 7 games or 7.5 games?
Do you think they're going to win? Do you think they're going to win over 7 games?
Okay.
I personally do. I think that the division isn't. I'm not really that impressed with Philadelphia after last year. I know that they have all these predictions about the Cowboys.
Tired of your disrespecting Jalen Hurts. I'm about had it with people disrespecting Jalen until somebody win a Super Bowl. You know what? I'm like, that's why I love Greg, because it's like they just look over certain people like they never even existed playing the sport.
And people,
yes,
not just Hurts, but people think it's crazy prediction I'm making right now because there's other great teams. It's not like you look at the NFC West. It's not like it used to be. There's a quarterback on every team, but I still think that, like you said, defense is important. We made some great drafts. We've got a guy in there that's rebuilding from the ground up. I just have more faith in the Giants, really, because of the coach. Not even necessarily because Jackson Dart's moving a year forward and he's getting more used to the NFL. I just feel like we finally have the structure in place. He's going to make the right moves and make the right calls, which is obviously important. I don't know. I've got faith that we are
Jackson
cut
Dart
out.
has got to get outside of his head, and like and you said it, Greg. He acts like Brett Favre. Remember, they used to knock Brett Favre ass around every now and then, thinking he could be a damn linebacker running down through the middle, trying to bowl over them. So if Jackson Dart going to survive the NFL, he has to learn how to play quarterback and dart his ass out of bounds. I like that.
You know what? I think
dart out of bounds.
I think it's a good quality. You know, it's because you want your quarterback to be tough. You want him to be out there leading and emotional.
But you also want him if you get knocked out like Drew Bledsoe.
No, hey, you're right. You got to get on the ground. You know, you got to run out of bounds. You got to know when to take a shot.
If it wasn't for my man knocking out Drew Bledsoe, he probably never heard of Tom Brady as fast as he did. So I'm just saying, you're going to take a licking as a quarterback. Patrick Mahomes knows that. You got to know when to hold him. You got to know when to fold them. And for me, smart quarterbacks that last a long time know when to get. That's why, as much as people don't like Aaron Rodgers, his behind knows when to duck out of and turn it back this way and say, "Oh, don't hit me." So, okay. So,
but you know what though? But you know, he used to have a little bit out of him too.
Yes.
You know, at some point, you know, sometimes you're gonna have to, hey man, put your head down and get that 1 yard for a first down to keep a drive going. But you can't do it 4 and 5, 6 times a game and think you're going to help your team. So Nate, to go back to your question, so this is what we got right here. We got
to take a break, Greg. So when we come back, we're going to go to that, right? Because I want you to break down the Jets for me, and I want you to break down the fact that Denver has got a very, very, very tough schedule. And by the way, we are in Bills country, so let's see what the Bills say. We'll be right back. This is What's Going On, The Experience, Fox Sports 1280, iHeartMedia. Greg got the sheet. I can't believe this guy bringing out the daggone over-under sheet on a brother. Ryan V, you didn't tell me that. We'll be right back. The man is knowledgeable. Hey, folks, welcome back to another edition of What's Going On, The Experience. And as I peruse this bad boy that I'm looking for something, here we go. Just wanted to tell you, hey, who's going to the World Cup? Ryan, I sent you the flyer, Ryan. I sent you the World Cup flyer for transportation. You ain't looking. That's right. Because your phone don't work. It is a damn shame.
Yeah, it is a damn shame. You know, these new phones, these iPhones, this is a message to anyone out there. There's a reason we get upset when we see those green messages.
Yep.
It's a message of inconvenience. I can't read my messages on my computer unless they're sent as an iMessage. And I have the memory of a goldfish, so I'm always misplacing my phone.
So I'm trying to tell you, if you're trying to get your transportation to the World Cup, because it's going to be crazy, we got you. NBJ 420 Transportation got your shuttle for the FEMA World Cup at MetLife Stadium. You're going to be picked up at Mount Vernon East Metro North Station. You're going to be shuttled right there, right to the American Dream Hall. That's the mall right over there. And then it's about a 10 to 15 minute walk, Greg. All right. And this is all for $250. That's it. Everybody else charging you an arm and a leg and a tooth. Throw in the ear. But we're just trying to get you there. Okay. We ain't trying to charge other than trying to get you there. And you know, my brother's doing it. I'm just promoting it. So I'm just doing my part. My part is promote this bad boy. They got some tremendous vans. Matter of fact, they have a mask for you if you're concerned about the Hanana virus, whatever that virus. What's the new virus called? Whatever that new virus is that they had off the ship. If you're concerned, they got a mask for you. We got some. What do you call it? We call that stuff that you got to use for your hands. Hand sanitizer. We got some of that for you. And if you act right, they might have a little something in the cooler for you. So listen, go enjoy the World Cup. I'm telling you, it's going to be a tremendous opportunity. And just go online, man. Just go online and go to MBJ 420 Transportation. They got a little code you can click. And the dates are next month, June 13th, June 16th, the 22nd, 25th, 27th. So the World Cup's going to be an event right there in the New York. And fellas, it's going to be all over the country.
I'm going to ask you, did you name your brother's taxi company?
No, he named it.
But it's NBJ. It sounds like Nate Brown Jr. 420.
I don't know
Is
why
it?
he named it. I don't know why he named it.
He named it after his brother and a pot reference.
Hey,
I
it's
like
my
it.
brother.
That's a good brother.
It's my brother. How can I tell you? But anyway,
And I
that's
was just
what
about
we
to
do.
comment on how well behaved Greg's dogs are because I always see them walking back and forth so politely in the background. And they just started. I saw them now. They're just getting at it now. The dog's out. The dog
Who
and
let
them
him
just-
out? Who let him out? Because they going to the World Cup. That's where they going. They're getting ready to go to the World Cup and see this bad boy. So I don't know about yours. So go check out the World Cup at MetLife Stadium. And like I said, go online. NBJ, World Cup, transportation. We got you.
Hey, we already took them for their walk. They're ready to get at it right now. Hey, but before we left off on that segment, first off, let's go back to you wanted to talk about your. So we have the Giants at 7.5 over under. I think the Giants might win more than 7 games.
I
So you
I
think
agree
they
with
might
you.
win 8 games?
It's a early light schedule, Greg. I think what it really comes down to for the Giants are the first 8 games of the season. They've got a big game week 2 against the Rams. That's going to obviously be tough. The Cowboys is always going to be a challenge. That's week 1, but it's a little bit lighter after that. So I think if they come out with maybe 4 to 5 wins in the first 8 games of the season before their bye week, I feel like they could definitely beat that over. And who knows, maybe have more. It's just, like you said, you like the fact that Dart is feisty, ballsy, takes those chances. I feel like with a new coach, it's just going to enhance that confidence. It's going to structure him and enhance the confidence. So I agree. I do think that it is going to be over.
What's funny is I love how
Okay.
excited you guys get talking about your teams. You know what I mean?
Can I respond right quick before you go to the next team? Can I
Yes,
respond
sir.
to what I think the
Yes,
Giants
yes.
going to do?
Yes, Junior. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so I think the Giants might win, depending upon who they're playing. They could very well win 9 games. I can see the Giants winning 9 games.
Okay, we're gonna write that down. That's coming from Nate Brown Jr.
I can see them. I can see them winning 9 games only because I can't stand Dallas. And if anybody knows this, I just don't like nothing about the Cowboys. I don't like them. So if they could just beat up on them, who else in the division with them? They might beat Philly once. That's 3 games.
You got Washington.
They might beat
Washington
once.
Better.
Commanders. So right there, that's 5 games. Who else they got to play, Ryan? Who else they got to play? Give me that schedule, and I'll tell you. I think
the Titans are in that early part of the season. I just look at Harbaugh's record. Like the reason why I look at.
Give me some other teams.
I got to pull the Giant schedule back up.
Give me because I'm saying to you.
Okay, so we've got to start things off, Cowboys, followed up by let's see. Why am I looking at this? Okay, Cowboys, Rams, Titans, Cardinals.
Okay,
Commanders, Saints. Those are some light teams. Like I was saying, in fact, none of those teams were over 500 except 2 of their first 8 matchups. Only 2 games over 500.
Keep going.
So
no. Hold on. I'm not giving them 3-1 yet. Hey, don't sleep on the Commanders, dude. Their quarterback was hurt all year.
Okay.
Don't sleep on the.
Well, you got the Commanders. We've got the Saints after that. The Texans after that. 2 beatable teams. I know the Texans. I'm sorry, man. I think the Texans are a beatable team. I saw them flop.
Defense. Keep going.
And then, of course, a premier matchup on November 8th against the Eagles, which is going to be tough, as we all know. But like I said, as long as those first 8 games where we have maybe 4 wins of those, I think we're going to beat that over under. After the Eagles, Commanders, Jaguars. Yeah, I think that in the first 8 games we're probably going to go. If we go, say 5-3. Say we lose to the Cowboys.
4. You just said it. 4-4.
Okay, I'll go backwards for a few minutes ago.
You're not going to be Houston. No.
Excuse me.
I don't know, but here's the whole thing. If you look at Harbaugh's record, he doesn't really coach teams that get blown out all season long. They're always at least.
I didn't say blown out.
But that's my whole point. It's a very similar roster to last year. The Giants have the foundation that they need, but they've always just need the right behind the scenes management, coaching, and I feel like Harbaugh brings all that the same way he did to Baltimore. Baltimore wasn't going to have flop seasons like the Giants have had, just absolute disastrous seasons where they can't recover.
We got to get.
Let's move on because he's getting a little too rambunctious about the Giants.
He can talk about this for the whole segment.
That's what I'm saying. We can't let him do it because he'll hijack this segment with the Giants, and we cannot have it. So let's go. We're upstate New York. Let me do this. Let's go to the Jets right quick, and then we go to the Buffalo. Go to the Jets.
Okay, so now we're at the Jets. So my Vegas guys are usually pretty good. So Nate, what do you got on the Jets? If you just had to
I
sit
don't know.
back,
I don't know the schedule. I need to know who they playing. I can tell you because they ain't get no damn interceptions.
so look,
I can
just
tell
do
you the first games here, just so
do
we
me a
have that
solid.
out there.
Yeah, give me the first
Do
8
me a
games.
solid.
We got Jets Titans to start things off this year. We then have
Okay.
Packers Jets, Jets Lions, followed up by the Bears for week 4. Week 5, Cleveland Browns. We'll see which hat you're wearing by then. Week 6, Jets Patriots, followed up by Jets Dolphins. And then for, I believe, week 8, we've got Raiders Jets. So it's not.
Okay. You know what that schedule is? 3 and 5.
I would say 2 and 3 and 5. That's a good call, Nate. So
That's 3 and 5. If the Jets can go
our-
3 and 5 and just get me 1 interception, I'm happy camp and I have that. I have the hat on. So I'm saying, Greg, 3 and 5, Greg. I say 3 and 5.
Okay, so the over under, Nate, for your Jets, I got to highlight it right there. Your Jets is 5.5.
Look at that.
That's a big prediction, considering they caught not one interception last year.
Okay. I'll
They've
take
got
5
Geno
games.
Smith aging rapidly. I'm sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news and the
Okay.
Giants fan, but I wouldn't give them more than 3 wins this season.
No, I'll take 5 games.
I said it.
I'll take 5 games. If they win
Okay,
6,
fine. So
give me
you
a
know
Super
what's
Bowl.
ironic about all this? So Harbaugh, who, Ryan was just, great coach, not taking anything from him. He has a chip. I think Ryan wants to marry him now because he's the Jets.
He's a giant coach, exactly. He's walking
Yeah,
out
he's
the
a
Walk
aisle.
Jets
you out,
coach.
baby. Let's go, Harbaugh.
So how many wins do you think they have Baltimore Ravens winning next year? What's the over under?
I'll probably say 10.
I'd say 12.
Damn, they have them at 11.5. You guys are both good.
Good.
They lost their leader and they're still at 11.5.
Because we've been doing this a while because you can tell just with the fabric of the team. See, Ryan does have something, even though he rants about the damn Giants. The fabric of the squad, you can tell by that. Even though that coach left, Greg, they still got good players. And with a good, manageable coach, just don't mess it up. That's what some coaches get it. Just don't mess it up,
you know
man.
what? And they have to play. Your good players have to play good.
Yeah.
Your good players. I need Lamar to be Lamar, right?
Right.
I need Lamar to be Lamar, and we're gonna go. Lamar never gets a pass, like you said.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Hurts never gets a pass. He has a chip.
Right.
Josh Allen doesn't have a chip, and Josh Allen gets multiple passes.
Okay, let's stay right there. Great transition. Give me the Bills. Okay, let me guess. Before you give it to me, let me guess.
You guess. Give me the Bills.
They saying the Bills gonna win, knowing these Bama's 12-13.
Right.
I'm gonna say 12.
They have the Bills at 10.5.
Oh,
Whoa!
Well, it's a new. Once again, you talk about changing the coaches up. I don't know how big of an upgrade.
Right. So Baltimore changed their coach.
I know, but that's and I understand that. But they took
Greg,
Joe Brady and
Greg,
made Joe Brady the coach, and I just don't see it. I'm sorry. I feel like that was because there was a lack of other coaches out there. Look,
I think his relationship to Allen was what got Joe Brady in the building. I think
yes, for sure. But considering that Harbaugh was taken, considering that there are a lot of other great coaches in the carousel gone, they had to kind of keep it in house without throwing off the foundation too much.
So Ryan, I like that. So check this out. So if they got the Bills at 10, what do they have the New England Patriots at? Because they're going through all kinds of stuff right about now with Grable, and all that others. So what do they got the Patriots at? If they got these guys at 10, what, 13?
Okay, so you know what? Like I said, this is a great time of year. OTAs are going on. We're about to get mini camp. So they have New England right now. New England they're getting the pass, man, 9.5. So they don't believe the Super Bowl high.
Wow.
Oh, that ain't even right. That's some.
So you think they're going to be over 9.5? You think they'll win 10 games?
Okay, depending upon their schedule, because remember they had an easy, according to them last, and their schedule was kind of easy. That's why next you're going to do Denver, because Denver's supposed to have the most treacherous schedule, Greg.
So what do you think Denver's not over under?
Okay, so I think they got Denver at 8 to 9 games.
Nate's pretty good,
No,
man.
No, are
Denver,
you
what do you
serious?
think
I
Denver-
would have thought that they would have had Denver higher. So before you said Nate's pretty good, I would have said maybe 11 games.
9.5.
Told you.
You know, but that's the thing, guys. Is it really depends on Bo Nix coming back. I have more faith in Bo Nix than I feel like.
No,
Vegas
it's not
does.
Bo Nix coming back. It's strength of schedule. See, what I learned.
Oh no,
I learned from Greg. It's like strength of schedule. So if you look at the schedule and you see, damn, last year, yeah, they could do that little 13, 14 win shit because they wasn't playing nobody. But now they got you top heavy playing some people. So now you got to rock and roll.
And traveling
you
across
traveling
the country.
the country. There you go. All those are things.
So if you got to go to Seattle, San Francisco, you know, if you got to pack your bags and go 3,000 miles away, you know that, you know, playing at, you know, it hurts West Coast teams because when you go play at 1, you're actually playing at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? Whereas if you're playing at 10 a.m. on the West Coast,
you know
that's 1 o'clock. But let's circle back to, you know, we were talking about how Hurts never gets his flowers, how Lamar never gets a pass. You know, they always talk about what they don't do. Even Stephen A. Smith, they don't do this, they don't do that. But Josh Allen always gets a pass. Is he a great quarterback? Yeah, but he has not won a chip, right? But, you know, Lamar, same thing. I just think they should be on the same plateau as if you're going to criticize Lamar, criticize him. And that brings me to my next point. You have Vrabel. He did what he did. You know, the little whatever. You know, we're all human, right?
He's
I'm not condoning cheating. I'm not condoning doing whatever. But what I don't understand is got fired on the spot. Your boy Moore from Michigan got fired on the spot. This man is at the NFL meetings and just living his best life.
Well, you know what? That's because it didn't come with drama.
Sessions.
There was no court arrest. There was no court appearance. There was no arrest. And I listen. I fully.
Ibaka. What was it? Was there an arrest with Ibaka?
No, with Umit, but it was with somebody else that was part of the, part of the franchise. Whereas with Rusidi, he was just getting a little sweet on the side, a little the Atlantic reporter.
No, hold on, Greg.
This lady named her firstborn Michael.
It was, honestly, yes, Greg. When you look at those details, it's a little bizarre. He could have very well fathered that child, according to these rumors and reports online. Yes, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole.
Even if he didn't, Ryan, even if he didn't, I'm just saying, going
back.
Who's
this?
Mike Vrabel.
You know, with that scam he had, you know, with that reporter.
Now, allegedly, this is where it gets juicy. And we have to go to break.
They got pictures.
They got pictures.
He's apologizing to his family, to the team, the organization.
So does he got
another
baby?
No, this is the whole controversy, Nate, is that the year that her baby was born, he was spotted with her around a time that she could have been getting pregnant on pictures they have. So you're right. It is bodacious.
Hold up, Greg. I'm gonna say this, and you might not. I'm gonna say it. He's an athlete, bruh. Okay, so athlete, Greg, you're athlete. Before you got to hang and hang them up, hang up the cleats. We hung up the cleats. You was an athlete. And the athletes always have their great pickings. You can say what you want to say. I hung out with athletes who like had the B people later. It's like, I ain't messing with her. Going over here to that guy. So the athletes get prime ribs. So no. So it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so Nate, but Nate, this is where I disagree with you. We're not. The debate's not the athletes having prime pickings, coaches having prime pickings. That's not the question. The question is the repercussions for actions. So when Ibaka got caught with whatever,
the same
he got
thing,
caught,
but you're not gonna get the same, you know.
No, it was automatically terminated, blah, 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 you're done. You know what? Same thing, you know, with your boy Moore going to the girl's house, whatever. But, you know, Ryan said it was, you know, he brought drama, blah, blah, blah. Vrabel, I mean, they're at the Pro Bowl. They're on vacation and they're on TMZ, booed up, and she's married, he's married. And next thing you know, her first son is named Michael. I mean, now if I'm the husband and you've been getting smashed by this dude, and now you name him after
Mike Vrabel.
First of all, this is what I gotta say. I'm sounding like Ricky Ricardo.
Every time I call my son, every time I call my son, I got to think about you getting smashed by Drabble.
Lucy,
Wow,
Shit,
it
you
is
got some explaining to do.
diabolical.
No.
It is diabolical. But
Lucy,
remember,
Lucy, you got some explaining to do. That's all I gotta say. You
but
got some
also
explaining
remember,
to do.
guys, we're talking about the Patriots here, the most debaucherous, godless franchise in history, with an owner that's out getting more happy endings than anyone I've met in Queens, in Flushing. So honestly, I don't even want to like.
That's why I
That's
said
what
it
it comes
doesn't
down to. It all
surprise
starts at the
me.
top. We have, of all franchises, of course,
But
it's
I
going to be
know,
the
but see,
Patriots
I
that
get
let it
what Greg
slide.
is saying. Greg is saying black brothers can't do the same shenanigans. It's all shenanigans. At the end of the day, shenanigans is a shenanigan. But who gets the pass to do the shenanigan? One man.
That was my point.
One man
That's a good
gets
point,
drummed out of the core for the same shenanigans the other guy did. And we live in America. Because the principal shenanigan janky guy is, we know, the guy in the White House. He's the principal shenanigan guys. And he's still getting a pass. So at the end of the day, and it goes back to what I said before, we're going to leave before a break. And there's more to that story with my man Kevin, I can tell you about later. Because sometimes we get caught up thinking we have the same privileges, and we don't. Just because I'm the athlete, I'm a star player, I'm the bomb diggity, I could do whatever. But you, at the end of the day, they're going to still call you out your name in your mind. And sometimes we don't get that. It's a hard-ass lesson for some of us. Take Tagger, I don't want to be called Black Woods. That's why your ass keep crashing cars every single week, because you keep denying who you are. So the more you do that and try to fit in, well, folks really don't respect you from time to time. And they've shown it. And I know Greg has been in a situation like that. And he know I'm saying this to be true. Like, what? Yo, I'm a star. I've done ABC and D. You talking shit in this golf club? What? I buy the bad boy from you. How about that? And I know you've been there, my brother.
Hey, you know what? My grandmother taught me a long time ago, Nate, that it will never be the same. I don't care how much you have, what
Come
you
on.
have, it will never be the same. And I'm not saying, so for all my white brothers or people that don't look like me, I'm not saying that it's bad. But what I'm saying to you, it will never be the same.
It's a fact of
It
life.
And that is an
it-
absolute certified fact, and you'd have to be out of your mind
it-
or a liar to think otherwise, because we all live in this country. We all see what's up. And even me as a fan, I see what's up. And Greg, as a fan of you, when I was a kid, I remember thinking, that's a little bizarre that they're going after Greg so hard for this or for the goatee or for that.
The dude that
It's just,
goatee
yeah,
sound like-
they went after you the exact same way when you were a player, man. So I fully understand. And shouts to the despicable New England Patriots, who I have faith, if it was a black quarterback, that would have let it slide. They would have been, they would have been open arms. Hey, you're one of us now. Who doesn't matter who it is. But
Nah.
I 100% agree. There is a bias. There is a stigma with the media, with the owners, the most racist franchise in all the professional sports. I mean, I'm sorry, the most racist league.
with the world. With the world
With the
right
world.
now.
Before we
The
leave,
whole
with
world.
look at how they treat
This
black
is
athletes. Before we leave, though,
Yes.
I want you to go and see the Venus Serena. They did a little documentary on Serena and the way they treated those sisters playing tennis at one of those places. I forgot what the name it was just horrid. And the way they called those folks out of their names was ridiculous. And I think it's Roland Garros, whatever it was, they didn't want to go back. And I didn't blame them. And I guess Serena didn't go back for 10 or 12 years, and she finally went back for some healing stuff. But the stuff that they do to black athletes, and that's why I pumped the World Cup, right, with the FEMA, but they be throwing stuff on the damn bananas on the field, gorilla things. Soccer is ridiculous. And I'm going to keep it a buck on that. We got to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk some NBA basketball because the Knicks play basketball. Check it out. Checkbook money. Yeah. What? Take a break. Right back.